Good morning. It is March 10th here in Leland, North Carolina, which is far southeast. This is my first ever year gardening in North Carolina. I've lived in Pennsylvania for 13 years, and this is a totally new zone for me. This is a zone 8, hot, humid summers, so I've been estimating when I could get warm weather crops into the ground, and my assumption was somewhere around March 31st-ish, give or take a week, depending on what the weather would be. So I have my seedlings going, which will be my early warm weather crops for the year, which are tomatoes and peppers. You can put them in right at the last chance of frost. So I am doing more than I've ever done before this year. Last year I grew 6 different varieties of tomatoes. This year I don't even know how many I'm growing. I came across a project spearheaded from a guy named Craig LaHoulier out of Raleigh, North Carolina, who I can now call a semi-local. He is spearheading a project where they make dwarf tomato plants, but they still yield full-size indeterminate fruits. So you'll see some of these plants will look a little bit different. These plants over here, all of these plants were started towards the middle end of January. And here are most of the dwarfs. We have Fred's Tie-Dye, Adelaide Festival, Dwarf Firebird Sweet, and Rosella Purple, which I'm really excited about because these are supposed to be very similar in size and taste to the Cherokee Purple. Back here, some of the indeterminates that we're growing are the San Marzano. The rest of them have gotten so big I had to transplant them out of their first transplanted containers. Those we have a Mortgage Lifter. This is actually an improved variety. A Cherokee Purple, which is an old standby, and some old leftover Brandy Boy seeds, which is a burpee hybrid that I had very good luck with last year in Pennsylvania. Some peppers that I'm growing. I have some old standbys, jalapenos, Italian long hots that I have left over from New Jersey. They're a very popular pepper there. Fresno pepper, Charleston Bell, which I was informed that bell peppers do not grow well here because of nematodes in the soil. So my understanding is that Charleston Bell was the first ever bell pepper that was made nematode resistant, so they could grow them in the south. Here we have a Numex Big Jim, Cayenne, more long hots, and back here we have more Fresno peppers, cherry peppers, and a fish pepper, which I've never heard of before, but I like the way that they looked online, so I figured I'd give them a chance. Now, I used to be the kind of amateur gardener that would just purchase seeds directly from Home Depot, but what I learned, or at least what I was informed, is that here in the south, because of the intense humidity and hot, humid conditions, the disease conditions are often so bad you can't have success with a lot of these seeds that come from places like Oregon, Washington State, California, where they don't have the type of humidity and disease conditions that arise in the south. So I purchased most of these seeds from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange, which I believe they're based in Virginia, and they're supposed to save seeds that are fairly reliable in the south. So a lot of these are seeds from them, with a few exceptions from some leftovers that I had in Pennsylvania, such as the Brandy Boy burpee hybrid and the Cherokee Purple, which were leftover seeds. I also have some strawberries growing here, which I bought bare root from a place called Handpicked Nursery. I got 27 Albion strawberries for $11. They were bare root. They were pretty much looking dead a week and a half ago, but you soak them in water and you put them in peat and you keep them moist, and well, they come right back to life. So very impressed with the quality of these. I'll probably be able to put these in the ground next week once the roots, I feel, are alive and awake enough. And that's what we will be planning in terms of tomatoes and peppers this year. Next week I'll probably be starting my cucumber and squash seed, since they should go out a little bit later. And the goal of this channel will be to track the progress of my garden throughout the summer, and we'll see what kind of success we have.